Right now, BNR is fighting for, how to say, to stay in this zone. Now, lately, our KVK is, how to say, a little hard for BTX and BNR. Ooh, this is a juicy Husk rally. Still, I think Goresh and Goresh as Kogo is way better, but yo, this is a marksman one. Maybe with Kinara, it's not actually with Kinara, but yeah. So far, on other side, already speak. I already talk about what is happening between BTX and Echo. Basically, us against Echo. Well, the things are not looking good. In general, it's a holiday season. But here the things are with full power, especially for this Spire, which is on and is in BNR hands. On the other side, actually MFDF managed to take this Spire. Obviously, they're not going to proceed here, even though that this Spire, I think, is one idea more important at the end of the day from this one. But, you know, if you have a Spire, you definitely want to use this Spire as advantage. Not quite sure, is this Spire actually catching some towers? No, there's just no towers in this direction. So yeah, oh my god. Ay. But they're having some fun, and it's basically the last chance for BNR to stay in this zone. So far there is a Spire that is already taken. The Thunderhawks is way more, it's very far away. And even if they get this Spire, just the distance, they have to move to this choke point to proceed to the Thunderhawk. There is already one keep here, nobody inside, but still. So far in our KVK, I would say I really didn't know, should I actually make this video, should I actually not make this video, but you know, I decide to actually, you know, report everything what is happening in our KVK. Good, bad. Sometimes we're going to have wins, sometimes we're going to have losses. I remember my first 4 seasons, I win the first 4 seasons, and the 5th season I lose. It's not a good it's not a good feeling, but at the end of the day, it's sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It is what it is. And yeah, GG on BNR and MFDF. Here I think the activity is on the good levels. Now if I check it out, oh my god, where is my frame? Okay, let me get my frame. I forgot to actually get my frame, avatar frame. And where is this frame? Oh my god, yeah, there he is. It's actually with timer for the people who don't know. You have to deserve your frame every time. So if you see if you see somebody with a content creator frame, that means he put some effort to actually deserve this frame. Now if I go over the rankings, obviously Echo and BTX as the biggest alliances, let's say like 30 billion alliances, are going to be on the top places from point of merits. Obviously having more troops is going to lead to more merits, more fighting, more sustainability on the battlefield. From this to have like maybe 70, 80, 90 million power, and you're basically out after 3 hours. So, but this is a personal power. We're looking over the merits, and on the top place is actually from BNR. I'm Ra. This is very interesting. I wonder what is the historical power of this bad boy. 152 million bad boy with 31 million merits, and on the second place is actually MFDF. Now I expect that because, you know, MFDF and BNR are continue fighting here. So far I think we actually lose, we left this zone, but again, it is what it is. There's going to be always one winning side and there's going to be one losing side. There is nothing like how to say it, we're going to not win and not lose or something like this, like win-win situation. There's going to be always somebody who is going to show better results on specific moments. And at this time, at this moment right now when I'm recording this video, the weight is on Echo and MFDF. Obviously both of these two alliances are are doing fantastic job on the battlefield, and they are basically crushing it, if I can actually use this word. Obviously, for the old players or the people who, you know, was playing Call of Dragons from long time, and they know that today you're extremely strong, tomorrow you're not. So far, Echo actually show up pretty decent sustainability, pretty decent, not quitting, not what's it? They're on the top for a very long time. You see very big changes, especially, yeah, very big changes when it's about fighting. Today somebody is winning after 2 seasons. This alliance may not exist. The Call of Dragons is very interesting game to begin with, but yeah, so far for the time we play here, this is what is currently happening. And from what I see, the things are shifting in healing. Everybody is just using so much Sand Lizard. Obviously here is just way more legions. If I put simple mods, some of them is going to disappear, but you know, I prefer especially when I'm recording a video, because sometimes somebody is actually saying, oh my god, I'm on TV. Yeah, but yes, so far this is the result. I mean, this is maybe the zone of BNER and MFDF, where MFDF is not going to quit. They definitely know that everybody is watching what is happening on this KVK. And here is the thing, obviously BTX and Echo, or we and Echo, are close to same power, but here is the thing, you know, everybody's watching what is happening here. There's like a couple of alliances that the whole Call of Dragons community is watching, and every time one alliance make, you know, recruit new players, become way bigger, and enter in the range of the people eye, is starting to become a pretty decent pressure. I mean, it's very big pressure over the alliance, and especially the leadership, how the things will go. I was thinking the thing will be, you know, something like a chew fight. Obviously on the top ranks it's close to impossible. Oh, look at this thing. This is Kuma and the new hero, I think. Yeah, Kuma. Obviously it's way more different from this to be something like a mid-range alliance where, you know, there is just not that many eyes over you and etc. Top alliances, everybody's watching them, and boy oh boy, the whole Call of Dragons Discord is full with memes. Some of them are funny, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, but you can feel the pressure over the people or the leadership over how the things are going. And yeah, I mean, it's not that easy to be extremely competitive alliance. I'm not quite sure will I'm going to continue with BTX, since, you know, there is just pretty decent pressure over these top tier fights, if I can actually use this thing. I was like vacation and I missed the gate 2 opening, and I was like 5 or 6 days and everything finished. People right now have so many merits and I have nothing. So you know, just on the top places things are finishing extremely fast. It can finish in like 1-2 days, maybe 3 days. You miss this time window, and you may not actually see a fight in the next 2 weeks or something like this. Still, the season is not over. We're going to see how the things will go. Definitely, oh my god, look at the splash damage from the mages, it's absolutely brutal. There is still so much time left till the season end, but things are not looking good. I'm not quite sure what kind of idea I can actually give to the leadership or something like this, about how to you know, how the things can be improved, since everything is depending on the players. Obviously, if there is a lot of vacations, a lot of holidays and things like this. But yeah, we're going to see how the things go. So far BNR is holding the position, which I can actually say GG on them, even though that they're close to same power like MFDF. They're still holding a position here. Oh my god, the ghost train. Which GG over these people. I mean, they're not giving up. They definitely are not giving up. And yeah, there is basically Spire level 2. There is some rally here. I have no idea. Oh, they actually blocked the rally. So the Spire can actually hit the rally. Is it this? Oh, brother. It's actually hitting the rally. Where this rally is going, maybe somebody's out of zone or something like this. I have no idea. Or maybe they're going to just destroy the rally. Oh, brother. I mean, how they come from here? Oh, okay. Okay, makes sense. Okay, makes sense. But yeah, MFDF and VW is very, extremely active right now. And still BNR is not giving them a chance even to break. It's like inactive for 29 minutes, this pretty decent amount. Now here people can actually come with the farms and use these goblins that is destroying from a distance. It's a good opportunity. There was a fog of war, but I missed this fog of war. I mean, it's not I miss it, but I didn't actually record it. So I just decided to, open the things and see how the things were going on every side. Maybe on this side we're going to have some merit straight. Maybe Echo is going to have their merit straight. We're going to have our merit straight, maybe. Just because, merits is extremely important, especially for the pet skill, and pets become something very important in Call of Dragons. Extremely important. I mean, this is something like a gear for your heroes, especially with the new pet that is presented, that is giving something like extra HP to your legion. It's crazy. It's just crazy how strong one legion can become. This is actually Mogro, which is very strange. Mogro as commander. Gorish, I totally understand. Venom Lizard. Yeah, this is basically one of the best pets so far. We're going to see a lot of cavalry. A lot of people get how to say it, pretty excited over playing with the cavalry. I still think playing with cavalry, if you don't have like 5 or maybe 5-10 people with you going with the cavalry, most likely you're going to have a bad time and you're going to fill your hospital. If there is like not like maybe 30 legions cavalry moving around the map, you can get some good straights there, some hardcore hitting with the artifacts, but cavalry just... Of course, there's going to be some people saying in the chat, yo Burgas, you just don't know how to play with cavalry. And at some point he's going to be correct. I was main cavalry main season 1, season 2, but it was just not a great experience, if I can actually use this word, great experience. It was actually a great experience because the donkeys back in the days was giving some good merits. But right now, I just fill my hospital with the cavalry and I heal them when I can. Mostly I'm counting on my mages, which is funny sitting on the same troop for so long, but the investment in Call of Dragons to make one hero awaken it or maybe 6-star, it's just crazy. It's just taking so much time. Maybe there is a pretty decent chance actually MFDF take this Spire right now, and they're basically pushing very hard. At one point, maybe some of the 2 sides is going to get drained. This is for sure. And if this side, if BNR wants to drain MFDF, they have to just not leave this Spire to get taken by MFDF. But I'm not so sure how much power left in the BNR side. At least they're having some fun. Yeah, at least they're having some fun. There is some interesting fight here. Maybe we already saw that, but yeah. So far, just making little coverage over the fight between BNR and MFDF. I have some fans in MFDF. Cywar, I'm looking at you, and some other dudes. And I just decided, why not actually check it out what is happening here. So yeah, this will be for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments, you can just write it in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.